So how much did that fantasy novel actually cost? Well, it cost $13.45, and that's US dollars, and that's through Novel Crafter, that's with Sonnet 3.5, that's also with cutting those 10 chapters. So keep that in mind too, that the final output is a lot lower than what I had asked for because I changed my mind and wanted to get rid of those 10 chapters. So will yours be, closer to like $11? Possibly. But keep in mind, it's not cheap. And this is one AI that I wish, that we could use Poe with Novel Crafter because I love Novel Crafter. But when you're using an expensive AI, like as you can see, most of what I do is haiku because it's cheap. And I'm in Novel Crafter every single day and I'm generating hundreds of thousands of words a month. But, so this was the 13th when we started the book. A little over $7. Here's a little over $3 and then almost $3 when I finished it yesterday. Today's now the 17th. So $13.45. Now, after edits, will I make that back in royalties? Absolutely. It's not even a question. But, is it worth the upfront cost when, Poe is, I think it's $20 a month and you get unlimited? Maybe not. But is Novel Crafter and the ability to keep everything contained and organized, and I love this. I absolutely love Novel Crafter. I'm never moving away from Novel Crafter. But when you look at something like Sonnet, just keep in mind that some AIs are pricey. And you'll have to decide if Sonnet is worth it. The pros are pretty good though. And if you look at it like this, if you have to spend 20 hours editing something that costs you $6 to make, or you can spend 5 hours editing something that costs you $15 to make, that's a big difference. If you think of your time as money kind of thing, and you think of, okay, well, if I spend those 5 hours editing this, and then I can spend another 5 that I would have been editing actually creating something new, then it may be worth it to you. Absolutely. But keep that in mind. It also depends on how quickly you edit, and also if you're willing to put in this upfront cost and this upfront investment into it. And if you're not, or if you're not able to, that's absolutely fine. You decide what's best for you. I wanted to test out Sonnet 3.5. I like the pros. I wanted to see what it would actually do in a real world type of test where it wasn't just, hey, can you write this one scene? Or, hey, can you outline? Can you write this one little chapter? I wanted to see something with world building, something where it had to follow through with the plot. And that's why I wanted it to do a fantasy novel instead of something, like my normal contemporary romance. So keep that in mind. I just wanted to give you this info and show it to you so that you can have it and look at it and decide what works for you. And I'm going to be using haiku for the most part, but has this completely turned me off of Sonnet 3.5? Not at all. Will I use it sparingly? Absolutely, I'm going to use it sparingly. I'm going to use it when I need good prose, but could we have done something like the world building and the character development, things like that in haiku? Absolutely. We could do the beta rating questions in haiku. I'm not going to because I'm going to follow through with this being in Sonnet, but if all you want is the prose, then pick the one that's the best for the prose. Just make sure that when you're in here, you're picking the correct, like if you open it up and you do chat with scene and you do a new chat, see, you make sure that it has the right AI on it so that you aren't spending more than you want to. So we've got lots of options in Novel Crafter. This isn't even all the options. So if you can get away with the cheaper AI for what you need, do it. Yeah. If you really like Sonnet and you really like the prose, okay, keep Sonnet in the prose. That's absolutely fine. Just be smart with your time and your money. Alright, I'll talk to you all later. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go get some coffee, and then we're going to talk about beta reading stuff and all kinds of other stuff. This day. We're going to talk about the beta reading questions for the fantasy novel. And then I'm going to put the fantasy novel away for a little bit because it was kind of a lot and I haven't read through it. So I'm going to give it a little time to mellow out. And then I'm going to work on something else for a bit. I've got a contemporary right now. I've got a shifter. I've got all the stuff that's on the YouTube channel. So, the corporate romance, the Regency, the best friends romance. There's so much going on there. But we're going to let the fantasy romance, not even a romance. We're going to let the fantasy kind of just mellow a little bit once we go through the beta reading questions and have an idea of what we need to do. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day.